から降りる。お前らいくらクリアしても終わりはないぞ。俺のビザは今日で切れる。やっとこれで終われる。
With all of their lives not going as planned, the three friends Arisu, Karube, and Chota meet up and have some fun in the busy streets of Tokyo. When they cause a traffic accident, the police starts chasing them and they are forced to hide in a public toilet. But when suddenly the lights go out, they decide to emerge from their hideout and find out that the busy streets and buildings are all empty. Not a soul to be seen. That night, a large building is lit up with a text display, telling the friends that a game is about to be started. Curious, they decide to follow the lights and end up in a large building. Once entering the building, they have to play the game and are instructed to pick up a phone. Before the game starts, the three friends are joined by a female player named Shibuki and another woman. With the game starting, they learn that this game is called Dead or Alive, and that in each room they have to choose a door, which either leads to a death trap or survival. When the unnamed woman soon dies, the friends learn that stakes are incredibly high. Switching to his serious mode, Arisu uses the building's shape to find out which door to pick, leading him, his friends, and Shibuki to safety. Having survived this first game, they find the 3 of Clubs card, which gives them a 3-day visa. This means that they have 3 days before they must enter a new game or be laser killed by an energy beam from orbit. Discussing their ideas and experiences, Shibuki reveals to them that she has been dropped in this new reality 3 days ago, while for the boys it was only yesterday. Arisu is also convinced that there must be a game master in all of this, and he intends to find out who. With Chota being wounded from the last game, they decide that Arisu and Karube will play another game to find possible help. Arriving at their next game, they are joined by a player named Asugi. Before the game starts, they learn that the game is called Tag and is the 5 of Spades. Another player named Nitobe explains that spades mean a physical game, while clubs is a team obstacle, diamonds an intelligence test, and hearts an emotional game, with a number indicating the difficulty. In this game, they have to run away from taggers with machine guns, while looking for a hidden symbol and touch it to finish the game, or a bomb will blow up the building. With the game having started, Arisu and a player named Chi soon figure out that the hidden symbol is in a room protected by the tagger. Together with Usagi, they enter the room, only to find another tagger there, while Karube and Aguni, another important player, fight off the first tagger. After defeating the second tagger and with time running out, Arisu and Usagi touch the symbols and finish the game just in time. They then learn that the taggers were also forced players and witness the second tagger being executed for losing the game by means of an exploding neck collar. After the game, Karube overhears on a radio that Aguni needs to get back to a place called the beach. Before they can look for the beach, Arisu and Karube return to their safe place and are reminded that Chota's and Shibuki's visas will soon expire. They then find the next game and learn that it is the 7 of Hearts, an emotional game called Hide and Seek. After putting on collars, the game voice explains that in this game one of them is a wolf and the others are lambs. After 15 minutes, only the wolf will survive. Lambs can become the wolf by finding the current wolf and then run and hide until the game expires and thus survive. While Arisu wants to outsmart the game, Shibuki, who has become the wolf, runs away and the group is torn apart. During an altercation, Arisu becomes a wolf and flees. With the time almost running out, he reveals himself to be sacrificed, but none of his friends leave their hideout, wanting Arisu to be the one survivor. Just when he finds Karube, the game is finished and his friends are executed, with Karube being killed right in front of him by the exploding neck collar. Feeling guilty over his friends' deaths, Arisu is ready to die and has given up all hope. At his lowest point, he's found by Usagi, who takes him with her and gives him back some hope. With his visa about to expire, Arisu is forced to participate in another game, with Usagi joining him. The next game is set in an underground highway and is the 4 of clubs and called Distance. After being given a distance tracker, they have to reach their goal before the timer runs out. Together with some other players, the duo starts the game, but have to leave an injured player behind in a bus. Halfway through, while their distance meter is running up, Arisu finds a motorcycle and decides to go back and retrieve the injured player, with Usagi and the other survivor reaching the end point. However, when the endpoint is being flooded with water, quickly filling up the underground highway, Usagi and the man start to run back to the bus, but the man doesn't make it. Meanwhile, Arisu has made it back to the bus and meets Usagi halfway, just in time to save her. Having survived the game, they see that their distance tracker is at 0 and realize that the bus was their end goal. With the extra 3 days from winning this game, Arisu and Usagi decide to investigate the beach. Having found several people that operate from the beach, Arisu and Usagi follow them only to be captured. At the beach, they meet the leader of the beach community, Hatter, and his executive board, which also include Aguni and Chi. Hatter explains to them that he has built a community here that works together in unlocking all of the 52 playing cards, believing that collecting all of the cards will allow one person to be sent back to the original world. Needing the 7 of Hearts from Arisu, he invites him and Usagi to join his community. With the other option being getting killed on the spot, the duo joins him and continue playing the games. One of the games, the 4 of Diamonds, is called Light Bulb, in which Arisu and a group of players need to figure out which switch turns on the light bulb while water is rising around them. Using his wits, Arisu quickly figures this out and he survives yet another game. Back at the beach, Aguni, who is the military leader, clashes with Heather over wanting to take Usagi, but the military man is forced to back down for now. Later at a board meeting, Hatter tells the members that he needs to extend his visa and will be participating in upcoming games to find the 10 of Hearts game and with it the most elusive number card. Looking for clues to find more about the games, Arisu stumbles upon a container of corpses. Just then, Chi and Kuina approach him and Chi tells him that he plans to steal all of the cards and leave the beach. With his visa almost due, Hatter leaves the beach to play some games, only to return as a corpse. With Hatter dead, Aguni's right-hand man Niragi holds the board at gunpoint to elect Aguni as the new leader of the community. After the voting, Chi explains to Arisu that the playing cards are held in a secret safe, with the code being passed on to the new elected leader. During the succession of Aguni, Chi will get a sneak peek at the code and give it to Arisu, who has to sneak in the royal suite and steal the cards. However, when Arisu is caught during the operation, he realizes that Chi has tricked him. Later that night, Chi cracks the real safe and steals the cards, while Anne, another executive, discovers a bullet in Hatter's corpse and realizes that he was killed by someone and not during a game. When Niragi and his bullies are then about to rape Usagi, the lights go out and the beach is made the game arena for the last card, the 10 of Hearts. Everyone is summoned in the lobby, where the game voice explains that everyone is playing this game, which is called the Witch Hunt. In this game, they have to find the killer of a dead girl named Momoka and burn them at the pyre. While the Witch Hunt game has started, Anne reveals to the beach community that the bullet that killed Hatter came from one of their weapons. Aguni then shows up and orders his men to burn everyone at the pyre to find the witch and end the game. With everyone killing everyone now, the beach has turned into a chaotic massacre. Having retreated further into the resort, Anne and Kuina are confronted by Last Boss, a crazy, sword-wielding bully. Kuina tells Anne to leave and then engages Last Boss in a battle, eventually knocking him out thanks to her martial arts background. Fighting his own battle, Chi confronts Niragi on the roof and tells him that someone has snuck on the beach and turned on the underground electricity grid, the same person who runs the game. And since only the new executives have keys to this grid, he plans to kill them all to obtain the keys, starting with Niragi, and burns him to a crisp. Using her forensics background, Anne finds out who has killed Momoka, but before she can reveal it, she's knocked out by someone. Meanwhile, Usagi is able to find Arisu, who has had a long time to think about who the killer is, and reveals to his allies that he knows who the witch is. Together with Usagi, Arisu confronts Aguni in the lobby of the resort and reveals that he knows that he had killed Haro. In flashbacks, it is shown that Aguni and Haro were close friends before being taken, and that Aguni wanted to close the beach because Niragi and the militants were becoming uncontrollable, and also that collecting the cards as a way out was a lie devised by Haro. When Aguni then told Haro that he wanted to stop, the leader aimed a gun at Aguni, forcing him to kill Haro. Back at the beach, Arisu reveals that Momoka is the witch herself, a theory supported by Anne's forensic evidence. But feeling guilty for Haro's death, Aguni tells everyone that he is the witch. Just then, Asahi, Momoka's best friend, tells everyone that she is the dealer of the game and is instantly killed by an orbital laser beam. Before they can throw Momoka's body in the pyre, a burnt Niragi shows up and starts killing people, but is grabbed by Aguni, who runs into the flames, engulfing the building. With the threats dealt with, Momoka's body is thrown into the pyre and the game is finished. Sometime later, Arisu finds footage of Momoka and Asahi, revealing how they had helped set up the games and also the location of the game master. However, when Arisu and Usagi locate the subway station, they find all of the game controllers dead. They then stumble upon Kuina and Chi, who had found the location on the dead tagger in the second game. To their surprise, all of the screens then light up and Mira, one of the executives at the beach, is displayed and revealed to be the game master. She tells them that now they have collected all the number cards, it is time for them to play the games for the face cards.